One thing that you like to change in the film industry, sir?
Well, I'm doing it. I'm removing Kamal Haasan from the equation, probably, hopefully soon.
Communalism is a cancer in India that deserves urgent treatment.
I don't know whether it's cancer, because certain cancers are terminal and not curable. Communalism is curable.
He is a legend, and I think we should celebrate him even more. I mean, the man has contributed over 50 years to Indian cinema.
Very few people know that she addressed me as sir.
We've heard that, sir. We've seen
So
it at one of the...
it's that kind of a relationship. I'm like one of the part-time teachers.
You're currently, I think, working on Indian 2, and you also said in an interview that in today's day and age, you're not too sure how Indian 2 will be received.
No, it will be received well.
Right.
But I don't know whether it's because I think artists are very important. They have a civic duty to sensitize the society. I mean, if media is impeded by ruling powers, then the onus is on the artist to take that step forward. And that's what we should do. And it should be various kinds of voices. I may not agree with the final outcome of a movie, but that voice also should be heard. The diversity of voices is what we call freedom of speech.
Definitely.
And that's what we are fighting for.
Definitely.
I will not agree with what you're saying, but I'll die for it.
To save your right
to save your right to say it.
Right. So I was reading one of your interviews, and you've said that in today's day and age, you're not too sure if you can possibly make like a Dasavatram 2 and
or even
like
Heram,
like Heram as well, because you never know that what sort of court cases may just crop up. And as you also mentioned, sir, that we live in a strange time in terms of that you never know what sort of knee-jerk reactions can come from almost anyone. It's like a social media tsunami that tends to happen at times as well.
Social media, that tsunami won't reach a shore. Believe me, you can see it. It's a digital tsunami, and it can be made to go away. Yes, if you take umbrage, if you take anger, if you take insult, it'll keep coming at you.
Right.
If you don't, it'll go away, because these are soap box orators without a face. The soapbox orators of Hyde Park had the courage to stand up and let the Queen or the King recognize their faces.
Right.
The Secret Service recognize their faces.
Absolutely.
Here, they talk because they are anonymous.
Right.
And that itself shows the lack of valor.
One thing that you like to change in the film industry, sir?
Well, I'm doing it. I'm removing Kamal Haasan from the equation, probably, hopefully soon.
No, I think that's not a good prospect.
No, because that's also probably it's an impedance. So take it and make many more talents come in.
Communalism is a cancer in India that deserves urgent treatment.
I don't know whether it's cancer, because certain cancers are terminal and not curable. Communalism is curable.
So South stars do better in politics because ... If you could please complete that.
I don't know, because they are more cognizant of the powers of cinema and the duty that they are bound to offer to the people.
Narendra Modi or Rahul Gandhi, the better leader to rule the country?
We
the people.
We the people.
All right, and so what are your views on Islamophobia? That is many a times the way it is built up. And
see, the world keeps having phobias. They have a nuclear phobia, and everybody is worried about Russia dropping a nuclear bomb in America. A whole era of people built bunkers, made films, made jokes, made their lives according to a impending nuclear holocaust which is about to befall them. But instead of fearing it, we faced it, and we are talking of disarmament.
exactly.
The world is now still practicing proliferation and disarmament. It's old-fashioned. The Vietnam War seemed so right to America. And now they are saying gentle sorries to the rest of the world.
Exactly.
America has become wiser, but they should have become wiser earlier.
Right.
That's our complaint. And that's what India should do. We must not behave like America and say our sorries 40 years later.
Exactly.
We must make amends and become a wiser nation, which we have. And times we've led the world in thought and philosophy, as recently as 70 years back.
Right.
We've won a battle and shown the world without blood. That's the rest of the world emulates it, even in America.
Exactly.
A country which is GDP comes from arms making. They talk Gandhiism. And they allude to that philosophy, though with criticisms that no philosophy is going to fit exactly to the other country, because that's another horse, another saddle.
How many national awards has Mr. Kamal Haasan
5?
won so far? As Best Actor. I'll give you options.
Okay.
As Best Actor. 1, 2, 3, 4.
3.
That's a good start.
The other 2 are my mother's. I've added them to this. Sorry.
How many Filmfare awards has Mr. Kamal Haasan won so far? I'll give you options. 16, 17, 18, 19.
19.
She's right.
Because he said now Shruti's added the 20th when I got my first. That's why I remember.
Which is Kamal Haasan's debut Hindi film as a lead actor? I'll give you options. Aina, Ek Duje Ke Liye, Sanam Teri Qasam, Ye To Kamal Ho Gaya.
Ek tujhe ke liye.
She's right.
Yeah.
4 out of 4.
I was going to say Sagar. Thank God there's options.
There's no Saga. I think Ek Duje Ke Liye was before Saga.
If you say so.
Yeah, I think it was before.
Okay.
It was before Saga. Such a big hit.
Yeah.
When it released. What a hit. Seriously. So many remakes have been made on that film. In Hindi.
Why? Okay, anyway.
How do you react to this this entire phenomenon that you managed to just break into this entire Indian movie scene space, courtesy a big film like Vishwarupam and that too with Kamal Haasan? He's like he's a legend.
He is a legend, and I think we should like celebrate him even more. I mean, the man has contributed over 50 years to Indian cinema, and he has done things where we had no facilities. At a time where we were doing film stock, there was nothing on our phones or anything. So, and he was making those interesting stories too. They were like very modern, very forward thinking.
Hello sir, what kind of roles you like playing the most? Comic, negative, emotional or dramatic, serious? Although you rock in all the roles.
See, comedy is very serious business. I like serious business.
What are your thoughts on Zero? Because many are comparing it with Apuraja. So how do you react to it? Because you did it at a time when there was no technology or...
Yeah, that was the adventure. It is like climbing mountains without the safety gear.
Right.
So it has its own thrill, but one needn't do it. It's not essential. It's a personal choice to go that route.
So if you can describe Sridevi ma'am in 3 words and your favorite film of hers.
Sadma, because that's where we sort of, it came to fruition. We've done 27 films together, and that's a lifetime. And our relationship was something unique in the film industry, and it's between teacher-student kind of relationship. And very few people know that she addressed me as sir.
We've heard that, sir. We've seen
so
it at
it's that kind of a relationship. I'm like one of the part-time teachers. My mentor, Mr. Balchandra, allocated me commissioned me with certain jobs of taking care of this department. Me and my friend taught Sridevi some of her dance moments. She was not a trained dancer. She just only picked up essentials. That was quick fix dance training. And we gave it to her.
In fact, that video of yours, sir, when she passed away, and you had that video that came out of yours, it was really moving. Because I'm sure it must have been an emotional moment for you as well. It was really
very difficult containing emotion.